Hello students, this is your study guide help for lesson 2.01. Let's fill in this chart. First thing we want to do is the volume, shape, spacing, motion, energy examples, and density. All right, this is really talking about density of solids. All right, and we can see that's on page 5 and 6, and then the density will be in part B. So we can go into our lesson 2.01, Explore States of Matter, page 5, and we see solids. They hold their shape, so they have a definite shape. And we can see that the definition of solids have a definite volume and a definite shape. And so we can put that on here, definite volume. And we're looking for spacing, energy, examples, and so on. So we can see they have a particular shape. Here's an example is ice, which is a solid at room temperature. Ice, which is solid water, right? And we can go on to page 6 and see it has a rigid volume and shape. The molecules are tightly packed. All right, so tightly packed. And they have little or low thermal energy, and they vibrate in place. So low energy, vibrate in place, right? And so now we're looking at a picture right there. So I can use my snipping tool, and I can just take a little picture, copy it. You just can copy and go on here, stick it in this paste right there. And if it's kind of big, you can shrink it down. It doesn't have to be giant. See, you just shrink those pictures down, no big deal. And if you're talking about density, you can say high density on here, right? High density. All right. And then you go through and you do the same thing for liquids and gases. Liquids are on pages 7 and 8. So for liquids, they take the shape of the container and they have a definite volume, but not a definite shape. So no definite shape, but they have, no definite shape is in the wrong spot. So we'll move that down. No definite shape, but they do have a definite volume. And we can talk about the spacing between the molecules. So we can go to the next page, and it says they move freely. They're not really bound to each other in a rigid structure. They have a little more energy than solids, and but they cannot escape from each other. And then you can see the picture. So they are not as tightly packed, move freely, right? And they have a medium energy, right? And a medium motion. And we can put medium energy here. And then examples could be liquid water. You could do milk, vinegar, juice, whatever. And then again, a picture. And we could do a new little snipping tool, and we can right-click, copy, go on to our study guide, right-click, and paste. And of course, shrink it down. And we're going to do a medium density. And we'll get that density from part 2B, but we'll get that in a minute. All right, and then we can go to pages 9 and 10 for gases. Gases have no definite volume and no definite shape, so we can fill those in. No definite shape, let's see, volume, and then go down, no definite shape. And then we can talk about spacing, motion, and energy, right? They can spread out and fill the whole container. They can be compressed under high pressure. They will take the shape of the container and fill the entire area of or volume of that container. They are faster than solids and liquids. They have higher energy and they vibrate a lot. They move a lot. So they are very spread out. Fill entire volume of whatever container they're in. They move fast and they have high energy. An example is air. And then we can go to page 10 and we can get that picture and we can do our little snipping tool, right? And we can stick that in here, paste. And of course, if it's big, shrink it down. We want it big, big. And we can say low density. And on the the plasmas, again, we're going to say low density, right? Okay, because they can spread out forever. And then notice for the plasma, we have to go back to page 3. So let's do page 3. Oh, there we go. Page 2 and 3. So right here it says plasma is positively charged ions with free electrons and stars and lightning and fire, and they're good conductors. So no definite volume fills the container. No definite shape. It fills the container, whatever this container is. They spread out indefinitely. They have fast motion. Examples, stars, lightning, fire, right? Okay, and then the picture. I gave you the picture, and then you can see there's a little more information right here, right? Free to fill the container. They have super energized electrons, and so on. Okay, and then we can go back to our learn, and in the learn we can go to part B, and it's very important in part B to look at the density. So when you see density, you can see gases are the least dense, liquids middle, solids more dense. This is where I got that high, medium, and low density. You can see the more compact they are, the higher the density. The more spread out they are, the lower the density. The higher the energy they have, the more spread out they will be. And that's where I got the information on density down there. So it's important that you do add that in there. All right, I'll put the next recording for lesson 202 in that lesson.